is nice.
It's nice?
The park is nice.
You forget.
You remember.
I don't know.
What's to know? There's a boat.
So early.
I suppose so, because there it is.
What if it's cold out there?
There, here. It's like it is today. How it is today. That's how it is.
But the boat is moving.
So it's colder in relation to how fast the boat is going.
The water is colder than the land.
So it's cold in relation to the water.
So it's a different temperature on the boat than on a bench.
Yeah, they probably got sweaters.
There's more than, hang on. There's more than one in the boat.
Wait till they come around again.
Where did they go?
Over there behind the pier. Where could they go?
Over there. Not far. It's expensive. It's a boat.
They care.
Nah.
If they got the money for a boat, they can afford it.
It's not cheap.
I said it was cheap.
Even a small boat.
I know it's not cheap.
Even a very small boat is expensive.
Many times, a small boat is even more expensive.
Huh.
Depending on many factors. The size of the boat.
Yeah.
The engine.
Yeah, the size of the engine.
Certainly.
The speed of the engine.
Many factors.
Speed of the boat.
That, none of it's cheap. It's all very intricate.
Cars.
Boats, cars, air travel, the military. It was never cheap.
Housing.
There's two of them in the boat.
It's the same boat.
How many boats have we seen today?
That's what I'm asking.
One.
Another boat.
One, two.
A real clipper too.
Where?
Look at her, will ya?
That?
What else goes, sister?
That?
Sure as shouldn't.
That's the water pump.
That?
Yes.
That?
Yes.
The pump house?
Yes.
She's the water pump?
Look at her float. Oh, yes.
Look at her float. Look at her just sit there. All year round.
I'll give you that.
What a life.
Ducks.
Where?
Where I'm pointing. A sure sign of spring.
Autumn too?
Uh-huh.
You see them? Go south?
They come back. Over.
They live?
They go.
Nah.
Ducks like to go.
Yeah.
Where it's nice.
Huh?
At that time.
Of course.
And they're made to just go. Something inside says, it's getting a little cold. A little too cold.
Like humans, they don't like cold.
And there they go.
There they go.
And the same way it's warm.
They come back.
They got a leader. A lead duck. He starts. He's a duck. But he stays with the pack. Many times he comes, he goes, he learns the route. Maybe he's got a little more on the ball.
All this time there's another lead duck.
Of course. But he goes. He lives. Maybe he finds a mate.
Yeah.
And he waits the lead duck. Who knows?
He dies.
One day, yes, he dies. He gets lost.
And our duck moves up.
He is now the leader. It is he who guides them from one home to the next. They don't know the way. Each of them has it in him to know when it's time to move, but he will be in charge until...
Yeah.
Just like the other one.
No shame in that.
Just like the previous duck.
Yeah, up to him. It's got to happen to him.
The time comes to step down.
He dies.
He dies. He leaves something, and another duck moves on up.
And someday,
Yes,
someone will take his place.
until
It's boring just to think about it.
you know, the duck's life is not all hearts and flowers. He's got his worries too. He's got fleas and lice and diseases of the body, delusions, wing problems, sexual difficulties, many things.
Not an easy life.
Only the beginning. The duck is at the mercy of any elements in the vicinity. Sunspots, miscarriage, inappropriate changes in the weather,
Yeah.
hunters, lights, tornadoes, traps, any number of airplanes.
Small, vicious children.
Chain stores, and of course, the blue heron,
Blue heron.
the hereditary enemy of the duck.
Yeah.
It's what they call symbiosis. They both live to ensure happiness of each other. The blue heron eats ducks, and the duck,
Yeah.
and the duck's part of the bargain,
Is to be eaten by the heron.
is to, it slips me for the moment, but it is not as one-sided as it might appear. Nature has given the duck speed and endurance and the art of concealment. She has made the heron large and unwieldy and blue to be able to spot at a distance. On the other hand, he has the benefits of size and occasional camouflage, should he come up against anything blue.
And shaped like a bird.
Not always necessary. The battle between the two is as old as time. The duck's propagating, the heron's eating them. The heron's multiplying and losing great numbers in exhaustion for the never-ending chase of the duck. Each keeping the other in check, down through history, until a bond of unspoken friendship and respect unites them, even in the embrace of death.
So, why do they continue to fight?
Survival of the fittest. The never-ending struggle between heredity and environment. The urge to combat, old as the oceans, instilled in us all. Who can say to what purpose?
Who?
We do not know. But this much we do know. As long as a duck exists, he will battle day and night, sick and well with the heron, for so it is writ. And so as the sky is made dark with the wing of the monster bird, the heron will feast on duck.
Also, they got barnyard ducks.
Yeah, I know.
But they raise for Easter and Thanksgiving.
You're thinking of turkey.
Also ducks.
They keep them in captivity?
Yeah, in the barnyard, they clip their wings.
Huh?
Yeah, what? You can't put them all on there.
Times have changed.
Vandalism, they fat them up. They feed them, the farmers, on special mixtures, corn and maybe an oat. And they got special injections to give them to keep them happy.
And they can't fly.
No.
All with wildness is gone.
Oh, just walking around the farm all day eating.
They're allowed to mate.
This we do not know. Only a few farmers know this.
Yeah?
The mating of ducks is a private matter between the duck in question and his mate.
Yeah?
It's a thing which few white men have witnessed, and those who claim to have seen it strangely do not wish to speak.
Well, there are things we're better off not to know.
If you don't know, you never can be forced to tell.
They don't get those beasts for nothing.
Nothing is for nothing.
Too true.
Everything's got a purpose.
True.
Every blessed thing
Oh, yes.
that lives has got a purpose.
Ducks.
Sweat glands.
Yeah,
We don't sweat for nothing, you know.
I know it.
Everything that lives must sweat.
It's all got a purpose.
It's all got a rhyme and a reason.
The purpose of sweat is in itself not clear.
Yes.
But there it is.
A purpose and a reason, even those we at this time do not clearly understand.
Sure as shoot.
The early migration of the duck to mate and take a little rest.
Purpose.
Sweat.
Purpose.
There's nothing you could possibly name that doesn't have a purpose. Don't even bother to try. Don't waste your time.
I'm in no hurry.
It's all got a purpose. The very fact that you're sitting here right now on this bench has got a purpose.
And so, by process of elimination, does the bench.
Now you're talking sense.
Darn tootin'.
The law of the universe is a law unto itself.
Yes, it is.
And woe be to the man who fools around.
You can't get away with nothing.
And if you could, it would have a purpose.
No one knows that better than me.
Well put. The duck's not like us, you know.
How so?
The duck is an egg-bearing creature.
And we're not, I suppose.
I didn't say that. The young of the duck at birth are already trained to do things most humans learn only much later. Swim, follow their mother.
Fly.
No. I don't believe they can fly until later life.
But it's possible.
It's possible, but you're wrong.
As a matter of fact, I do remember reading somewhere that many small ducks do possess the ability to fly at birth.
I do think you are mistaken.
No, it could be, but no.
Yes, I believe you're sadly wrong.
No, I wouldn't swear to it.
Nope.
But I don't want to swear I've read that somewhere.
Yes, I'm fairly sure you're wrong on that one point.
Some little-known group of ducks.
No! All my knowledge of nature tells me I must say no.
A very small group of ducks.
I cannot let that by.
But I think,
It's possible you misread.
possibly, but
No, I must still stick to my saying no. No!
perhaps I misread it. Perhaps I misread it, but what a thing to be able to fly in later life.
Swimming ain't so bad either.
Yeah, but any fool who knows how to swim can swim. It takes a bird to fly.
Insects also fly.
Yeah, but not in the same category.
Insects, birds and insects. I could be wrong, but
You are wrong. Nothing else flies.
Nice.
Did you know what I was reading somewhere?
don't start.
About the stratosphere. The stratosphere. Particularly the lower stratosphere is becoming messy with gook.
Huh?
According to the weatherman,
Our stratosphere?
everybody's. But it's all the same.
Huh?
If you drop a pebble in a pond and the ripples spread to who knows where.
Yeah.
So when you stick shit in the stratosphere,
Yeah.
you got the same problem.
What kind of gook?
All kinds. Dirt,
Yeah.
gook,
No good.
automotive,
Yeah.
cigarette smoke, it's all up there. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're finding out many things about the world we live in from the air.
Yeah.
For in many ways, the air is more a part of our world than we'd like to admit. Think about it.
I will.
Planes that come down, they gotta wash it right away. They go up clean, they come down filthy.
Yeah.
But the creatures with no choice, insects, ducks,
Gliders.
it's a shame. They should be shot.
Some of them are shot.
No, them, the ones responsible. Ducks, they're finding ducks with lung cancer. And he missed. But as he was walking away, he heard this hacking. And he went back to investigate. And there were 5 or 6 stunted ducks sitting in a clearing, hacking their guts out.
No.
Coughing, sneezing, runny noses, and they flap their wings and go maybe 2 flaps and fall down coughing.
It's no good for you.
And he says instead of running off, they all came up and huddled around his feet with these rheumy, runny eyes, looking quite pathetic. And he says he couldn't get it out of his mind.
What?
I feel silly saying it.
Tell me.
They looked like they were trying to bum a smoke.
Ridiculous.
I know.
I think someone's putting you on.
Very likely.
You aren't even supposed to smoke in a forest.
Go fight City Hall. What kind of a world is it that we can't even keep our streets clean?
A self-destructive world.
You said it.
A cruel world.
A dirty world. I'm getting old.
Nobody's getting any younger.
Almost makes a fellow want to stop trying.
Stop trying what?
You know, life's a lot simpler than many people like us to believe.
How so?
Take the duck.
All right.
What does his life consist?
Well, flying,
Yes.
eating,
Yes.
sleeping,
Yes.
washing himself,
Yes.
mating,
Yes.
and perhaps getting himself shot by some jerk in a red hat.
Or death.
Should we include that as one of the activities of life?
You can't die in a vacuum.
That's true.
So there we have it. The duck too is doomed to death.
As are we all.
But his life prior to that point is much more simple. He is born. He learns his trade to fly. He flies. He eats. He finds a mate. He has young. He flies some more. He dies. A simple, straightforward, easy to handle life.
So what's your point?
Well, look at it.
Okay.
On his deathbed, what does the duck say if only he could speak?
He wants to live some more.
Right. But remorse, guilt, other bad feelings? No. He's in tune with nature.
He is a part of nature. He is a duck.
Yes, but so is man a part of nature.
Speak for yourself.
I am speaking for myself.
Then speak to yourself.
Who asked you to listen?
Who asked you to talk?
When are you getting so upset?
You upset me.
Yeah?
With your talk of nature and the duck and death. Morbid, useless talk. You know, it's a good thing to be perceptive, but you shouldn't let it get in the way.
And that is the point I was trying to make. Yes, in many ways, nature is our window to the world.
Nature is the world.
Which shows you how easy it is to take a good idea and glop it up.
So who do you complain to?
Well, you complain to me.
Do you mind?
I'm glad I got the time to listen.
Man needs a friend in this life.
In this or any other life.
You said it. Without a friend, life's not
Worth living?
No, it's still worth living. I mean, what is worth living if not life? No, but life without a friend is...
It's lonely.
Sure is. You said it. It's good to have a friend.
It's good to be a friend.
Good to have a friend to talk to.
It's good to talk to a friend.
To complain to a friend.
It's good to listen
It's good.
to a friend.
To make life a little less full of pain.
I'd try anything.
It's good.
For you or for a friend, because it's good to help.
To help a friend in need is the most that any man can want to do.
You couldn't ask for more than that.
I wouldn't.
Good.
Being a loner in this world
It's not my bag of tea.
is not good. No man is an island to himself.
Or to anyone else.
You can't live alone forever. You can't live forever anyway. But you can't live alone. Nothing that lives can live alone. Flowers. You never see just one flower. Trees. Ducks.
Cactus.
Lives alone.
When you take the cactus in the waste, it stands alone as far as the eye can tell.
But there are other cacti.
Not in that immediate area, no.
What are you trying to say?
That the cactus, unlike everything else that cannot live alone, thrives.
I don't want to hear it.
But it's true.
I don't want to hear it. If it's false, don't waste my time. And if it's true, I don't want to know.
It's a proven
I
fact.
can't hear you.
Even the ducks sometimes.
Nothing that lives can live alone. I don't know.
So what?
Yeah, you've got a point. Sometimes I think the park is more trouble than it's worth.
How so?
To come and look at the lake and the trees and animals and sun just once in a while and traipse back to
Your apartment?
joyless, cold, concrete apartment, stuff, linoleum, imitation.
The park is more real.
The park, yeah.
Sitting on benches?
Yes.
Visiting tame animals?
Taken from wildest captivity.
Watching a lake that's a sewer?
At least it's water.
You want to drink it?
I drink it every day.
Yeah, after it's been cured and filtered.
A lake just the same. My inland sea.
Full of inland shit.
It's better than nothing.
Nothing is better than nothing.
Well, it's a close second.
But why does it hurt you to come to the park?
I sit home. I can come to the park. At the park, the only place I have to go is home.
Better not to have a park?
I don't know.
Better not to have a zoo? We should forget what a turtle is?
Ah,
Our children should never know the joy of watching some animal behaving?
I don't know.
They should stay home and know only guppies eating their young?
Let them go to the country. Nature's playground. The country. A land that time forgot. Mallards in formation. Individual barnyard noises. Horses. Rusty gates. An ancient tractor. Hay, barley. Mushrooms. Rye. Stuffed full of abundance. Enough to feed the nations of the world.
Yeah, we'll have them over. We don't get enough riffraff.
Enough to gorge the countless cows of South America.
Did you make that up?
Yes.
I take my hat off to you.
Thank you.
Feed the many... How does it go?
Stuff the nameless? It'll come to me.
When you get it, tell me.
At the zoo they got ducks. They got, what do you call it? A mallard. They got a mallard and a what is it? A cantaloupe.
You mean an antelope?
No, it's not cantaloupe, but it's like cantaloupe. It's
Antelope.
no, antelope's like an elk. What I'm thinking is like a duck.
Goose?
No, but it's what sounds like cantaloupe. It isn't.
Antelope, I'm sorry, but that's it.
No, wait. Kama, Granta.
Canadian
No, I've seen them, the ones I mean, I've seen them in the zoo.
ducks.
Yes, ducks I'm talking about, by God, I know what I mean. They're called, the only thing that comes up is pantel, pandle, panda, kandarolo.
They got no pandas.
I know it, I know that.
They had a panda at the other zoo.
Nana.
There were two of them. There were three, but they were all men and they died.
Ranspan.
They babies, of course. So the pandas died. Swans.
No, please, I know swans. I'm talking about ducks.
I know it.
Can.
Those pandas were something.
Yeah.
Giant.
Yeah.
Big things.
I've seen them.
Not lately you haven't.
No.
Because they've been
I
dead.
know it.
From the Orient. Pandas from the Far East. For all to see.
Mantalo.
Black and white.
Palapo.
Together.
Mama.
A giant panda.
Fana.
There were 2 stories tall.
Fana.
It got too expensive to feed it. They had to put it to sleep.
It's a crying shame.
Huh?
A crying, piss-laden shame. A blot on our time, gook on the scutcheon. Oil slicks from here to Africa.
Huh?
They don't allow no smoking on ocean liners. One spark overboard and the whole ocean goes.
Yeah?
Oil-bearing ducks floating up dead on the beaches. Beaches closing, no place to swim. The surface of the sea is solid, dying wildlife. In Australia, they're finding fish. They're going blind from lack of sun. New scary species are developing. They eat nothing but dead birds.
Yeah?
Catfish.
I think that's something different.
Nevermore. Thrushes. No more the duck. Blue jays, cardinals making the dead ocean their last home.
When I was young,
Floating up dead on
Around
the
my
beaches. Their lungs a sodden pulp of gasoline. They're made for something better than that.
in the springtime we used
We
to...
can't even burn leaves in the fall. We have to wrap them in plastic. Next we'll have to wrap each leaf individually. Little envelopes for each leaf. It shouldn't contaminate us with the vapors. Little numbered packets.
Our lawn was...
What?
Huh?
What was your lawn?
I forget.
Can you imagine being the last man alive to have seen a blue heron or a wild buffalo?
No man could live in the path of a wild buffalo.
All right, a regular buffalo then.
They got them at the zoo.
Buffaloes?
Yeah, they got plenty of them.
But that's in captivity.
I should hope so.
Well, in any case, you see my point?
Yes.
Well, that's the point I was trying to make.
You know, I remember reading somewhere...
Please.
All right.
I hurt your feelings.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I know.
There's no excuse for that.
It's all right.
What were you going to say?
About the balance of nature.
Yeah.
being dependent on one of the professional spectator sports
You're full of shit.
for its continuation.
What made you think of that?
I'm not sure.
Some sport?
I don't know.
Nature?
Perhaps.
Do you remember which sport?
I won't want to go on record as remembering one of the major league sports.
Where did you read it?
I don't know, the Reader's Digest. Also, they found a use for cancer.
Not wood.
It's about time, all the millions we spend on research, cigarettes.
Wildlife.
Well, there's nothing wrong with spending money on wildlife.
It's all take, take, take.
Well, nature gives it back many times over.
Yeah?
Blue heron at sunset,
They're all dead.
a whiff of breeze from the lake,
Or hiding.
a flight of ducks.
The duck is, after all, only a bird.
What a bird.
A pigeon, too, is a bird.
There's no comparison.
What is the difference between a duck and a pigeon?
Basically, a lack of comparison.
Aside from that,
It's a difference of self-respect. You can't argue with that.
I won't begin.
It wouldn't get you anywhere.
Big
talk.
I'm ready to back it up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anytime you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, you betcha, Red Rider.
Ah!
Good! Hey, what? Grown-ups squabbling about birds?
You started it.
I beg to differ.
It makes no difference. I was holding an intelligent conversation, then you came along.
And simply pointed out that you were turning something into a thing which it is not.
What is more noble than a duck?
Depends on the duck.
Is a pigeon more noble than a duck?
Are you saying that just because the duck is wild and has no rules?
No rules. No rules. No rules with the sun and the moon. No rules with the law of the seasons and when to go and at what specific time. No rules but to find a mate and cleave into her until death does him part.
Is that true?
It surely is.
That I didn't know.
Well, learn from your mistakes.
I will.
No rules.
All right.
One of the most rigid creatures.
I'm sorry.
Did you know that many human societies are modeled on our animal friends?
Pish.
I beg to differ.
Pish food.
The French, for example.
Are modelled on animals?
Historically, yes.
Where did you get that?
Some guide to France.
I don't believe it.
I got it somewhere, I'll show you.
You do that.
I will.
You just do that.
Don't push
I
me.
won't.
All right.
Down tootin'. Whenever I think of wild flying things, I wonder
Yes?
if in the city as we are,
Yes.
we may be...
Yes.
No, forget it.
Ducks.
Ducks.
Ducks flying wild.
Wild over boundaries.
Lakes, rivers,
Imaginary lines.
the equator.
Never minding, never stopping.
Stopping for no man.
High above unmanned terrain.
Barren,
Unexplored North Country.
naked, strange,
Here and there a mountie.
cold.
Nowhere to rest.
What a life.
Sleeping on the fly.
Blown by storm.
You know, this is not a laughing matter.
Who's laughing?
Much wildlife is, I'm about to tell you, killed each year in storms and similar. Things where they have a lot of wind.
Don't I know it?
Another countless danger for the duck.
Frost, too.
Hail.
Huh?
Can you imagine it?
Hail?
Pelting the poor creature, alone in the sky, many feet in the air. He can't go right, he can't go left.
Nowhere to go.
Hail all over, hitting and pelting him, making ribbons of his wings, creaming him out of the sky.
The law of life.
That's what you say now.
Some must die so others can live.
But they must die too.
So some must die so others can live a little longer. That's implied,
And then they die.
of course, so that others can live. Makes sense if you think about it.
They stuff them.
Huh?
They stuff them. They shoot them and they stuff them.
So long as they're dead.
Sawdust. And they tack them to the wall.
Also, they stuff them for the oven.
That too.
Yeah?
But to kill for no reason, without rhyme or reason, to shoot them, what a waste.
Yes.
What a waste in the life of a duck. To be shot and not even eaten. Shot down like some animal.
At least they shoot them in the air.
Huh?
Well, what do you think? You can't shoot them on foot. What?
Yeah?
They got laws. Didn't you ever hear of duck season?
Of course.
Well, duck season is where you can kill legally.
And when is it?
Duck season?
Yeah.
The spring, several weeks. The fall, several weeks.
Whenever the duck is around.
No, it's...
Huh?
No, well... Yeah.
They got the season, so the only time it's not legal to shoot them is when they ain't here. They're no dummies.
Yeah.
Influence, strings.
It ain't cheap down, dummies.
You kidding me?
You need land.
You need a lot of land.
At least a mile.
And you need guns.
One gun only.
And a spare.
And some ammo to put in the gun.
Telescope.
And those hats.
A platter to call them.
Not always necessary.
But good to have in an emergency. A bag to put them in.
Big boots.
A raincoat.
A radio.
You've got to take lunch.
You need a lot of things.
A license.
And a lot of luck.
Oh, yes.
It's easy to pick out a little wobbling duck from the miles in the clear blue sky.
No.
A lot of luck.
And practice.
Who's got the time?
Every day, a half hour anyway, practicing.
Is where they separate the men from the boys. At that moment, there is no turning back. You're committed. You've been blotting around and searching the sky and crouching till your back hurts from dawn on.
Yeah.
Lying on the cold earth, trying not to look like anything. Hoping, praying for that one duck.
A low flying duck.
The one chance to show what dreams are made of. Till off in the distance, beyond the horizon, till you don't even know what it is, a honking. The honking comes closer, closer and louder. You see a far-off blur. The blur becomes a speck. The speck gets bigger. It's a big speck. It's a dot. The dot is advancing and it's honking, and the honking is louder and becomes clear and precise. You can just make it out, flapping, flying straight in a line to join its comrades. Frantic, lost, dangerous, vicious. A duck. And on he comes. You quietly rise from the ground. One knee, two knees. You lift the gun. You put the gun on your shoulder and you point it at the duck. It's you or him. You and the duck in the marsh. He wants to go home, and you want to kill him for it. So you fire the gun. Once. Again. 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 Your ears are ringing. Your eyes are covered in spots. You cannot see. You're quivering, and you got to sit down. Your heart is going fast.
Where's the duck?
Slowly, slowly, you lower yourself to the earth. Your joints creak.
Where's the duck?
With the weight of your body. Your shoulder aches from the pounding in your...
Where's the duck?
The duck is dying.
Out in the marsh.
Out in the marsh.
Oh no.
In a flock of feathers and blood, full of bullets. Quiet, so as not to make a sound. Dying.
Living his last.
Dying.
Leaving the earth and sky.
Dying.
Lying on the ground.
Dying.
Fluttering.
Dying.
Sobbing.
Dying.
Quietly bleeding.
Thinking.
Dying.
Dying. Dying.
But wait! This year, he summons his strength for one last time.
No.
Then he beats around and tries to make it.
No.
Back in the air.
No.
One last.
No.
A flutter of.
No.
A little.
No.
He's dead, isn't he? I knew it.
The law of life.
You know, for centuries prior to this time, man has watched birds
I still watch them.
to obtain the secret of flight.
We're better off without it.
Yeah.
The girl they graves with it.
The ancient Greeks used to sit around all day looking at birds.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. They take a chair and go sit and look at them. Just watch them all day long and wonder.
I too would wonder. A crumbling civilization and they're out in the park looking at birds.
These were the ancient Greeks. Old, old men. Incapable of working, of no use to their society. Just used to watch the birds all day. First light to last light. First light? Go watch birds. Last light? Stop watching birds. Go home. Swallows, falcons, forerunners of our modern birds, and the forerunners of our modern states. Greeks, birds, used to sit all day long, sit on a bench and feed them.
Right.
Give them little bits of
Rice?
yes. History is not completely clear on that point, but we can imagine rice, for the sake of argument, rice, rich, sleek birds of prey,
Fat old men.
watching each other, each with something to contribute, that the world might turn another day. A fitting end to some very noble creatures of the sky. And a lot of Greeks